Yeah, good day, guys. Good day, good day. Yeah, this is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. So, you know what? I'm trying to expand this channel. Actually, now we're going to add some personal finance. Remember, this is not like some professional stuff. So, what I'm going to talk here about is it's all about personal finance, but on the lowest level or beginner level, so that we can actually save some cash, right? So, today I prepared something for you: 7 clever ways to cut expenses and save more money. Why? Because we need some cash. So actually I will be sending these videos maybe twice a week or 3 times a week, because I thought about this, but I thought maybe I should actually create a different channel. But you know what? Everyone actually use money. Why not? Because obviously this analysis, things that we do every day, forex trading, is still money. So obviously my people also maybe wants to save. I'm not saying you're not saving. So let's just go straight to it, guys. So I just prepared something just for us. Maybe we can learn 1 or 2 things. You see? So actually in today's fast-paced world, managing finance can be challenging. We know about that. It's essential to find effective ways to cut expenses and save more money. By adapting smart financial strategies, you can achieve your savings goals while enjoying comfortable lifestyle. So in this video, we will explore 7 clever ways to cut expenses and boost your savings. So let's go. So actually, before we go, I started with 10 rands. Actually, I started to save 10, 20 rands. So I'm not saying I have enough, but by just going on your account, maybe the other one says 0 or you're left with 10 rands, and the other one you are on 400. It's better than nothing, man. To have something is better than nothing, I think. You see, to me, I think that is something that we take for granted. But having something that extra 200 means a lot, actually. You see. So, first point is create a budget and track your expenses. From now on, you can just have a notebook, actually, just to track your expenses. Now, first step towards saving money is creating a budget. Take some time to analyze your income and expenses. Categorize your spending into different areas such as housing, if you're paying rent; transportation, if you're paying taxis or maxi taxis or Ubers or whatever; groceries, don't buy extra stuff that you don't actually use; entertainment, we're talking about Netflix, Showmax, DSTV. You're just paying like the premium package, but you don't actually watch television that much. You see? And utilities, we're talking about electricity, water, if you're paying water, and other things, right? By tracking your expenses, you can identify areas where you can cut back and save more. My problem on that one was actually, I don't know, I can say grocery or something, because I was buying alcohol that much. We buy alcohol, I'm always at the room. Sometimes we're stressed with the market, then you just drink. Every Friday you have to refill that, and when you check, that is too much. Those Jägermeister 1 liter is 30 something, and if you check in a month, I was supposed to save my like 1.5 maybe, or even more than that, because Savannas and other ones, they are also expensive, and we also have other things actually to take care of. So if you check into that, alcohol, most of the time, it's something that actually is taking most from our budget. You see. Point number 2, reduce unnecessary spending. Reduce unnecessary spending. You can't just see these things if you don't actually have a budget. Start to have a budget, you'll start to see all this unnecessary stuff. So identify areas where you can make cuts without significantly impacting your lifestyle. Consider cutting down on eating out. We're talking about going to those restaurants every night, every day, or every weekend. Stop. Reduce that, because it costs. You have to pay some tips. You have to so much stuff, right? So reducing your cable or streaming services subscription. I think I already talked about that. Limiting impulsive shopping. Small changes in your spending habits can add up to substantial savings over time. So remember, subscriptions, we're talking about Disney, those online on-demand channels. Sometimes you don't really need that. Sometimes you need that, but don't just cut everything at once. If maybe you have Disney, or maybe you have Netflix, or maybe just why don't you pay one of that? Because mostly they have enough a database that you can actually watch the whole day. You can enjoy if you have one. Some people, they have Disney Plus, they have Netflix, all of them at once. Where do you get this that time to watch all those things? No, you can't actually do that. You can't actually do that. So another thing is cable. Cable, actually, we're talking about DSTVs and other ones. If you're still paying those, just make sure you get the lowest package. Sometimes people, they just want to watch soapies, but they pay in 700 package. They don't even watch games. They don't actually watch everything. Try to cut those things and make sure that you get the lowest subscription, you see. So if you make sure that you cut those things, you're gonna have extra. And once you cut that, just because you were paying that money is no longer coming back to your pocket. Just put that money to your savings account. But that saving should be fixed, because if it's a saving, you actually have access to that. Save it maybe for 12 months or 6 months. And once we reach that 6 months, or when we reach maturity, it's going to be difficult for you just to play with that, because you took time to save that. I hope you can hear me. So, yeah, that was point number 2. Save on utilities. Save on utilities. So when we say save on utilities, energy bills can take a significant portion of your monthly expenses. To reduce utility costs, consider upgrading to energy efficient appliances and lights bulb. Adjust your thermostat to conserve energy and natural lights whenever possible. Additionally, ensure your home is well insulated to prevent energy loss. So on this one, actually, we're talking about if maybe you're using like lights, but most of the time these lights these days, at least, they are energy saver, most of them. But if you're still using the older one, they eat. Your electricity just goes very quick. So if you're still using those hot plate doesn't really have energy saving anything on it. Obviously, try to get like energy efficient equipment actually that you can use every day, because sometimes it's not like maybe the power or the electricity just goes fast. It's the things that we use every day. I hope you understand that. Some, they say, if you're always plugging your phone chargers every day non-stop, take them out. I don't know how they chow your electricity, but just try to unplug unnecessary stuff. I hope you got that. So refine. Or on that, actually, we can also add air conditioning and stuff. But remember, we go in like the lowest level. We're talking about us who actually, people like, just relate this like people who live in Limpopo village and stuff like that. We don't actually have air conditioners. We're talking about maybe fans, maybe something like that, but no air conditioner. So point number 4, refinance or consolidate debts. We know mostly we have debts from tertiary. I still remember I actually took a phone, Sony, and I wasn't even working, but they gave me that phone. But guess what? I was unable to pay that, and they will always call you. But when you start to have your life back, you can just save towards that and try to pay those bills. If maybe you have 4 or 5, sometimes it's difficult to pay them at once, you see. So you can actually consolidate them. I don't know if you can talk to a bank or something like that, where you can just pay on a one account. Remember, I'm not personal finance. I'm not like I'm not trying to say do this, do that. I'm just trying to advise. And that advice, don't just take that advice and go and do things just because I said something like that. I'm just showing you the side of the story. And if you look it in the right way, you can take the right decisions. right? So when you consolidate debts, you can actually talk to one of the banks or whoever who deal with the debts. Then they can combine everything. Sometimes they can even reduce that, and you pay the amount that you are qualifying to pay actually, right? So cut transportation costs. Cut transportation costs. So on this one, transportation expenses can quickly add up, especially if you have like if maybe you rely heavily on your car. Explore alternative transportation methods such as carpooling, public transport, or biking for shorter distances. By reducing your reliance on cars and optimizing your transportation choices, you can save money on fuel, parking, and maintenance. On that one, I think it's quite simple. Fuel is already expensive, maintenance is already expensive, so it's up to you if maybe you want to use public transport, or but mostly people don't actually like that. But I think using public transport is way, like, it's seriously cost effective, especially when maybe your town is not really that far. It's like maybe 5-6 kilometers, or maybe even less. You go in there, you're going to need a space to park, you paying this, so much stuff, man. So I think if maybe you look that in a different way, that can also help you and to save something on that, right? So meal planning and smart grocery shopping. Okay, food expenses can consume a significant portion of your budget. That's true. That is actually the big, after paying rent, food actually is the second one. It's the second one, we know, unless if maybe you're on diet, but we know that the budget can be like seriously high. So plan your meals in advance, create a grocery list. This is the planning, guys. Without plan, we know things not going to go into plan. So create a grocery list and stick to it when you go shopping. Sometimes when you go to shopping, you're gonna see something very interesting. Why? Because they do adverts. Sometimes you just like something, it looks good, so you end up trying to buy that, but you don't actually, when you were at home, you were not even planning to get that. You were not planning to get that. What changed? Because they deal with you emotionally. Those adverts, they say this, that, and you want to try that. And once you buy that, you don't even try to use that. So it's just a waste of money. Mostly we waste money when we go to shopping, right? So unnecessary items, take advantage of sales and discounts. Consider buying in bulk for non-perishable items to save money in the long run. Okay, point number 7. I think this is the last one. So embrace DIY and frugal living. Okay, let me just go straight to the point. One of the best ways to save money is by embracing do-it-yourself projects and adapting it to frugal lifestyle. Instead of hiring professionals for tasks you can do yourself, learn new skill and tackle projects independently. Additionally, embrace frugal living by repurposing items, shopping at thrift store, and finding free or low-cost entertainment options. So on this one, actually, DIY, actually, it's something that mostly we don't think about it, but most of the stuff we can do those things ourselves. We can actually do those things ourselves. Calling maybe your internet service provider to come, they will charge you a call out fee to find out that they're just going to come here, turn off that on and off button, just let's say just to restart that, then they're gonna charge you 500. But it's something that you can do yourself. You see, so there's so much stuff that we can do ourselves. So, and I'm not going to cover everything, but you know that sometimes you have to learn other things that you need to do, especially day-to-day things. You don't actually need the mechanic or no, some other things. Learn to do those yourself, just because they're just going to charge you enough. They're just going to charge you extra cash if you go call someone and whatever. So at the end of the day, it's something that you can do. And at the end of the day, again, is why didn't they just spend enough time? because it was simple. It's not like maybe they know too much, but it was simple. Why didn't you learn? I hope maybe you understand. I hope maybe these topics, they may be going to help someone else there. But at the same time, they also help me because it's something that I will be talking about every day. Plus, we're still going to add enough topics going further. So thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends. This is Kenzo, Xtrahot Forex.